This is Jeff of Corner Creek Woodworking. Today I'm going to give a review of my Delta 36-725 table saw. I've had it about 2 years. Tell you the things that I like about it and the things that I don't like about it. First of all, I like the fact that it's heavy and it feels safe. The saw that I had before was a very cheap contractor saw and it was terrifying to use. It was a Blue Hawk, paid like $115 for it new. It was awful. Upgraded to this about 2 years ago. Been very happy with it mostly. The top is very flat. It is, even the extension wings are fine. Most people will want them to be a little bit sturdier, but I've had no problems with these at all. Now, also the arbor on this is big enough to run a 3/4 inch dado stack, which is really good. The fence works great. No problems with it at all. It's always straight, it's true. The marking gauge, everything is dead on. I have no problems with this at all. It moves up and down very smoothly with no problems. It does tilt 45 degrees, no problem, locking in, and it does not move. I like the switch. I like where it's at. A lot of times if I'm holding something, I can kick it with my leg, turn it off, works great. It has a 30.5 inch cut capacity, which is more than half a sheet of plywood. So I haven't really needed anything bigger than that. I'll just use a skill saw if I need to break down plywood. It is mobile, very easily rolls around. You just flip this switch here, push it down, move it around, flip it back over, and it's very sturdy. It is heavy enough with the cast iron top. There's not a tremendous amount of vibration, which again is good. Everything is flat and true. It went together extremely easily. More than powerful enough for what I do with it. Okay, it is not a high-end saw. It is very much a mid-grade saw, but it is more than powerful enough. I get great cut quality as long as my blades are clean and sharp. Now for the things that I don't like about it. Well, this is really not that I don't like about it, but this gets out of square a lot. It'll actually tilt one way or the other. Most of the time it tilts this way. So you have to adjust this fairly often to keep a good square fence. The miter gauge that came with this is basically garbage. It is not square. It has positive stops at all of your main angles, but the zero is not correct, and none of them are exactly correct. So to get it straight, you have to get a square and lock it down. It will work, but it's just not good. The gauges here for your tilt, I have adjusted it, but it's not correct, which is not a huge deal because I use this little Wixie gauge here. I would use this anyway, even if it was correct, just to double check. But everybody needs one of these. I'll throw a link to this in the description. Other than that, the only real bad part about this, and it is absolutely awful, is the dust collection. The dust collection is ridiculously bad. I have it hooked up to a Harbor Freight dust collector, which works great on everything else that I run, with the exception of this. I've tried it with this, I've tried it directly with a shop vac, hooked it directly up to the dust collector, and it's just not going to catch it. It's just not going to do it. It blows a lot out here, it blows a lot down the bottom, you can see on the bottom here. But overall, for the mid-grade saw, for the price point, cannot beat it. I highly recommend it. And it is cheap enough that you can buy a broom and a dustpan to keep your shop clean afterwards. Thank you very much.